What's up, everybody? JT Sports back to you guys with another video. In this video, I'm here with my Dallas Cowboys 2019 NFL record prediction. And the Dallas Cowboys, I hate to say this as a Steelers fan, but the Dallas Cowboys have one of the best rosters in all of football, probably top five in the NFL and the most talented rosters. And I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan saying this, and I hate the Dallas Cowboys with all my heart and soul and guts and every ounce of me. I just despise the Dallas Cowboys, but on this channel, I pride myself on giving non-biased takes, being as non-biased as possible. And I got to give credit where credit is due, man. But it looks like the NFL might actually be out for Ezekiel Elliott. They want to quote quote teach him a lesson after the Las Vegas incident. If he gets suspended, that is absolutely stupid. But back onto the subject about the Dallas Cowboys. This Dallas Cowboys team might be the best team in the NFC. It's kind of close. You got the Saints, you got the Rams, all pretty talented teams. Dallas Cowboys have the best defensive line in all of football. Very good front seven when you look at the linebacking core. And on the offense side of the ball, you got Dak Prescott. You're going to have Zeke. You're going to have the best offensive line in the NFL with Travis Frederick coming back. So the Dallas Cowboys are going to be in for a big 2019 NFL season. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So week one, they played the New York Giants at home. And I'm going to start this season off with an upset victory for the New York Giants. I think the Dallas Cowboys get caught off by surprise by the New York Giants, and the New York Giants come out looking like world beaters in week one. And they get upset by the New York Giants. Week two, they're on the road at Washington. They're going to win that game. Washington has a very good defensive line, but it's just terms of what the Washington Redskins can do offensively, because you're not going to be able to run the ball and have a lot of success on this Dallas Cowboys defense. You're going to have to be able to beat them through the air, which is probably more reasonable since considering their cornerbacks are inconsistent in my opinion. But I just don't think the Washington Redskins have the personnel or the receivers to beat them through the air, which is why I had the Dallas Cowboys winning this game. Week three, they get an easy win versus the Miami Dolphins, and it's at home. The Miami Dolphins have one of the worst rosters in all of the NFL, if not the worst roster, and there's no way that the Miami Dolphins stand a chance, considering the fact of how bad their offensive line is and how good the Dallas Cowboys defensive line is. They do not stand a chance. Week four, now we get into a very good matchup. I believe this game is Sunday night. They play the New Orleans Saints at New Orleans. Now, this is a very tough game. Both of these teams are very, very good. Very similar to Dallas Cowboys, very good defensive line. The New Orleans Saints defensive line isn't as good, but it's respectable. The New Orleans Saints have a very solid defensive line. Sheldon Rankins, Cameron Jordan. So they have a very solid defensive line. You also got Marcus Davenport down there. But the Dallas Cowboys defensive line is two tiers better than what the New Orleans Saints are. Then when we look at the offense side of the ball, I'm gonna give the New Orleans Saints the advantage when it comes to the offense. Even though the Dallas Cowboys have a pretty good offense, I just think Drew Brees is a difference maker. And the Dallas Cowboys defense is better in my opinion. So with all those factors into play, I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Saints to win this game. The Dallas Cowboys take their second loss of the season. Now they're 2-2. And I just think the New Orleans Saints playing at home is very hard to win in New Orleans. And the New Orleans Saints offense is going to be the difference maker. I think they're going to carve up that Dallas Cowboys secondary. Week five, they play the Green Bay Packers back at home. And the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers, this should be a competitive game. But the Dallas Cowboys should be able to win this game by two scores or more. I just don't think Green Bay has the talent to compete with the Dallas Cowboys. The Green Bay Packers are a wild card team in my opinion. They could make it to the playoffs, but the Dallas Cowboys are just way better than this team. And the only reason that this game stays close until the Dallas Cowboys pull away is because of how good Aaron Rodgers is. But I just can't see the Green Bay Packers winning this game. Week six, they're on the road playing the New York Jets. The New York Jets are very improved, but they don't stand a chance against the Dallas Cowboys as well, because the Dallas Cowboys defensive line is just way better than the New York Jets off the line, which is still not very good to me. Week seven, they play the Philadelphia Eagles at home. I'm very interested in seeing this matchup because This is to me going to be one of the best games of this year when both of these two teams play, because these are two of the best teams in that NFC East division, and those two teams are going to be jockeying for not only just who wins the division, but the winner of the division, in my opinion, is going to be the team who's going to have home field advantage, either the 1 seed or the 2 seed. So whoever wins the NFC East is going to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and it's a very interesting matchup because both of these teams are very similar to me in terms of how they're constructed. When you look at the quarterback position, you can argue that both of the quarterbacks are average based on different philosophies. Carson Wentz, you could consider that he's average because we don't know how good he is, him coming back from injury, but I think he's pretty good. I think he's above average quarterback if he's able to stay healthy. And Dak Prescott, is he more of a quarterback who has to have talent around him to be successful? And then the wide receiving cores are pretty good. Then you look at the big thing, which is the offensive lines and the defensive lines. Both of these two teams have very good offensive lines, but the Dallas Cowboys have the best offensive line in all of football, talent wise. But the Philadelphia Eagles aren't that far behind. They have a top 10 offensive line. Their defensive lines are pretty good. The Philadelphia Eagles aren't and necessarily as terms, their defensive line isn't that good as the Dallas Cowboys, but their defensive line is top 10 in the NFL, and both of their secondaries are inconsistent. So both of these teams are very, very equal, and whoever wins this game, this is going to be a very big game because whoever wins this game is going to be number one in the NFC East, and they basically control their own destiny if they win out. So the team that I'm going to go with is the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Dallas Cowboys take their third loss. I just think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to get the better of this matchup the first go around, since they're going to be fully healthy and stuff like that. And you want to play the Philadelphia Eagles. You don't really want to play them early on in the season because the Philadelphia Eagles are a team that really struggles with injuries. So I think the Dallas Cowboys might have a better time next go around when they face them in week 16. Maybe they're a little bit banged up or whatever. Week 9, Monday night game after a bye week. It seems like every team that has a bye week this year after their bye week, they play on Monday Night Football. That's a little weird to me. I don't know if anybody caught that trend, but they're on the road at New York. This should be a runaway game for the Dallas Cowboys because the New York Giants are a team that's going to be based on running the football tw- 25, 30 times a game, either if it's with Saquon Barkley or if it's with another running back. But they're not going to be able to do too much against this Dallas Cowboys defensive line when it comes to running the football. And I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game fairly easy. Week 10, they play the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this is a very interesting matchup because the Minnesota Vikings are a very talented team on paper. But, when it gets time for a real game, that's when the question starts. And this should be a fairly competitive game. This game can go either way because the Minnesota Vikings are probably one of the most talented teams in all of football when you look at how good they are on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball. And so are the Dallas Cowboys, but I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys to win this game. I just don't think the Minnesota Vikings are going to be able to go on the road in Jerry's World and beat the Dallas Cowboys. Week 11, on the road at Detroit. Now, I'm very high on the Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions, they have a very solid defensive line, and they have a very solid team as a whole. But I just don't think they have enough star power to beat the Dallas Cowboys. So, week 12, this is a very interesting matchup. The Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots. Now, this is why this is interesting because the New England Patriots, to me, are the best team in all of football, and also they have the best coach. But the Dallas Cowboys have a top 5 roster as well, and also they're very good running the ball. And this is going to be a very, very good game. But the New England Patriots have the upper hand, in my opinion, because they have the better coach. But I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys to win this game. I know it's going to be at Foxborough, and you gotta have a very, very talented team to beat the New England Patriots at Foxborough. But the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, to me, is going to be the difference because I don't think the New England Patriots have a very solid defensive line, but I don't think they're going to get a lot of pressure, and I don't think they're going to be able to move those big guys up front of the Dallas Cowboys. And I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to have some success in the red zone against the New England Patriots, which is the number one reason why teams struggle against the New England Patriots, because they have a bend but don't break philosophy. So when it comes for the defense side of the ball, you can get all the yards you want to on the New England Patriots, but when you get into the red zone, you're going to have a very hard time scoring touchdowns. But I think the Dallas Cowboys have the roster and the personnel to actually have success against the New England Patriots in the red zone, which is why I have them winning this game. And I think their defensive line should be able to have a couple of big plays against the New England Patriots offensive line, even though the New England Patriots have one of the better offensive lines in the NFL. But I think all the recipe shows that the Dallas Cowboys should be able to win this game. Week 13, they're playing the Buffalo Bills. I have them winning this game. The Buffalo Bills, they're very improved. I'm very high on the Buffalo Bills, but I just don't think the Buffalo Bills have the personnel on their offense to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Week 14, they're playing the Chicago Bears Thursday night after a Thursday game with the Buffalo Bills. I think that's a Thanksgiving game. That's a pretty interesting game. They always have to force the Dallas Cowboys to play on Thursday. They always got to force the Dallas Cowboys to play on Thanksgiving. I guess it's some kind of tradition or something, but they have their second Thursday game, and they play in the Chicago Bears. Now this is a game that could go either way, but I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Chicago Bears, because my biggest concern is Mitch Trubisky going to be able to win this game against a very good defense of the Dallas Cowboys? And I really don't know, and that's the reason why I have the Chicago Bears losing this game. I just don't think he's going to be able to be good enough to beat the Dallas Cowboys defense. Week 15, they played the LA Rams. Now, the last time they played the LA Rams won it in the playoffs, and Todd Gurley basically was very good in that game. But I think this go around, the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game. I think the Dallas Cowboys have a better team than what the Los Angeles Rams have. When you look at the losses that the LA Rams took on defense, they lost three starters. They lost Mark Barron, they lost LaMarcus Joyner, and they lost Ndamukong Suh. I think this game is the game that comes back to haunt the LA Rams, those losses. And I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game. Week 16, the second time that the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys play. And this game is for all of the marbles, ladies and gentlemen, because basically at this point, the Dallas Cowboys are what? 11 and 3. So a win here basically is going to clinch either the 1 or 2 seed for either one of these teams. I think these teams are going to be that good. I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles will be competing for a 1 seed. I think the Dallas Cowboys will be, but the Philadelphia Eagles could be competing for that 2nd seed. So basically, whoever wins this game is going to win the division. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles beat them the first go around. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys the second go around, because I just think the Dallas Cowboys are way too talented of a team to be getting swept by anybody in the division. Despite how good I think the Eagles are, I just don't think they're going to be good enough to beat the Dallas Cowboys twice. So now week 17, they play the Washington Redskins. Have them losing this game, because I think this game they already have their home field advantage locked up. And basically, they just rest their starters, basically, and they lose the Redskins. Now, if they're not resting their starters, then of course they're going to win this game. But they lose this game because they're most likely going to be having their backups in. So the record that I have for the Dallas Cowboys is 12-4. Very much one of the best teams in the NFC, and it's going to be interesting to see if they compete for a 1 seed or the 2 seed. I think they're talented to compete for both. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below about my prediction for the Dallas Cowboys. Also, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.